Good morning. I condemn Hamas. Now let's talk about the hostage situation in Gaza. Ever since October 7th, we have been assured that everything Israel is doing to the Palestinians is as a result of the hostages that Hamas took on October 7th. We are assured by supporters of Israel that if Hamas just gives the hostages back, all of this will stop. We are further assured that Israel is justified in all of the brutality it has unleashed on Gaza because of the hostages currently being kept there. If you haven't already realized that there's a lot of problems with this argument, let's dig into some more. First of all, there's an immediate assumption that Israeli lives are worth more than those of the Palestinians. You don't have to dig too deep to realize that this is what most Israelis think, and conveniently, it's what a lot of white people in the West think too. Under this particular type of moral calculus, we are told that 200 Israeli hostages are worth more than the 5,000 Palestinians currently held without charge in Israeli military prisons. We are further expected to agree that the 600 or so Israeli civilians who were butchered on October 7th are inherently more valuable than the upwards of 20,000 Palestinians who have been slain as a result of Israel's response. On its face, that is an insane moral calculus that would not hold up under scrutiny, but it has managed to fool a lot of people. And a lot of people who would otherwise be sympathetic to Palestine are both sidesing this issue because of the emphasis on the hostages. So it's worth asking, does Israel really care about the hostages? Well, apparently not, because the IDF actually shot 3 Israeli hostages over this weekend while they were holding a white flag, and only realized their mistake once they heard Hebrew being shouted instead of Arabic. I'm gonna skip over the obvious implication of that because I think it's pretty intuitive. In addition to this, there are claims that more than 50 Israeli hostages have been slain in Israel's indiscriminate bombing, and several hostages have claimed that they felt more fear from the Israeli airstrikes than from their Hamas captors. In addition to this, Hamas actually offered a full prisoner exchange to Israel if they would stop the bombardment, which was of course ignored. Again, fine, we shouldn't be expecting Israel to take Hamas seriously. But all of these things together paint a very revealing picture as to how Israel is weaponizing the trauma of Israeli hostages in order to complete the ethnic cleansing of Palestine. And that is what they're doing. IDF is celebrating on the beaches of Gaza, and Israeli development companies are already putting out advertisements for the new high-rise apartments that they're going to build on top of the rubble. One thing is becoming extraordinarily clear, which is that getting the hostages back was never the goal for Israel. Neither was defeating and crushing Hamas. Hamas is just collateral damage in this conflict. The real target was always the Palestinians. If you don't believe me, read Israeli historian Ilan Pappy's book, The Ethnic Cleansing of Palestine, and come back to me if your opinions still haven't changed.